Hello friends, how are you? In this video we will discuss about inference in propositional logic. In the last video we have discussed about the basics of propositional logic. Now in this video we will discuss about inference in propositional logic. Now using inference, a goal G is derived using a set of given facts. So these are also called postulates or axioms or premises F1, F2 to Fn. So what is inference? First of all, what is inference? The inference is a conclusion reached on the basis of evidence and reasoning. Okay, so we have a set of facts, we have a set of evidence or reasoning, and we reached on conclusion. So goal G is nothing but our conclusions. So using inference, we conclude something on the basis of evidence, and reasoning. So it is called inference. So using inference, a goal G is derived using a set of given facts. Okay, for example, say two facts are there, F1 and F2. These are given. Where there is smoke, there is a fire. Fact 2 is there is smoke in the jungle. So the conclusion is what? The goal is then the jungle is on fire. Okay, so this is what our goal and this is what our fact. And from that fact we infer that the jungle is on fire. Okay, so for inferring the facts, three rules are used in propositional logic. So we will use three rules. So rule number one is, it is called modus ponens. So given P implies Q and P to be true, Q is to be true. Okay, so given that P implies Q and P is to be true, then conclusion is what? Q is true. So we can write like this way. So facts or premises is what? Two facts are there, F1 and F2. P implies Q, it's a true, and P is true. So the conclusion is also Q is also true. So it is our goal. Okay. Rule 2 is what? It is modus tollens. So P implies Q and not Q to be true. Then the conclusion is what? Not P is true. So these two are the given facts. So these two are given. P implies Q and not Q is true. So the goal will be what? Not P is also true. Rule number 3 is what? If P implies Q and Q implies 2 to be true, then P implies R is true. So two facts F1, F2 are given. P implies Q is true, Q implies R is true. Then the goal is what? P implies R is also true. Now we can solve some problem using the given rules. Suppose these facts are given. So the facts are B and not C implies S or T, fact number 1. D or E implies not I is true. D or E is true. Not I implies B and not C is true. So all are given. So we have to conclude, can S or T be inferred from the above given facts? Can you check this one is true? Okay, so already you know these are the rules. So rule number 1, rule number 2 and rule number 3. Now we can check, and now we can solve in any way. So we'll see using method 1 as well as method 2. We just see first method. So D or E implies not I, D or E implies Y, it is given. Okay, not I implies B and not C, it is also given. So here we can apply the chain rule, rule number 3. So that means we can write D or E implies B and not C. Okay, so by applying chain rule, so it is a derived. Now here we can see here D or E implies B or not C, it is derived. D or E, it is true. So here we can apply rule number 1. So that means we can say this part is the true. So B or not C is true. So by applying the modus ponens, that means rule number 1. Okay, now B and not C implies S or T, it is given. Okay, so now this part is already derived that this part is true. Definitely using modus ponens we can say this part is true, which we want to derive. Okay, so B and not C implies S or T, it is given, and we have just derived that B and not C is true. And here next we can apply the rule number 1. So that means this one is true, this implies this is true, definitely this part will be true. So hence the result. Now we can solve it by in another way. Say fact number 1 is D or E implies not I. It is given, this one, D or E implies not I, it is given. Fact number 2, this one is true. Fact number this one is true. So we can apply rule number 1. So if this implies this is true, that means this particular part is true. So we can say it is fact X. Similarly, not I implies B and not C. I implies not B and not C, it is true. That means fact number 3. But fact number X is already derived. So this, if this implies this and this is true, definitely this part is true. We assume it is fact number Y. Next, fact number 4, B and not C implies S or T, it is true. This particular part is given. And Fy already we have solved that this particular part is true. This particular part is true, you can see. So if this implies 3 is clear and this part is true, that means definitely this particular part is true. Hence the result. So for the problem we can solve in any way. We have to use this particular rule, these rules to solve the problems. Next we'll discuss about the predicate logic. Now the predicate logic is used to enhance the logical abilities of the propositional logic. So different types are there: constants, variables, predicates, quantifiers and function. So we will discuss one by one. So first one is what? Constant. So it represents objects that do not change values. Definitely, for example, 5 kilogram, 90 degrees Celsius, Ratan, Ram, etc., Sachin, Dhoni. Okay, so these are the constant. Variable, these are the symbols which store the values. So X, Y, Z, A, B. Okay, suppose here Ratan is a constant and we can write X is equal to Ratan. That means what? X holds the value Ratan, constant. Or we can say X is equal to Sachin. So Sachin is a what? Constant. Sachin, X variable stores Sachin. Next is predicates is there. Predicates are representative of association or relationship between the objects. Okay. So objects may be the constant or the variables that are constant or variables and acquire truth value, true or false. So predicate is what? It's an association between two objects and it carries a name. It must have name and it carries the two objects. So objects may be the constant, may be the variable. It may be the constant, may be the variable. So in between two variables or in between two constant, we may apply predicate to assign the relationship between these two objects or two variables. So we can see example, say Ratan likes milk. Okay, so Ratan is object 1, milk is another object. Ratan, milk, both are the constant. So likes is what? Predicate. So likes we can represent like this way: likes Ratan, comma milk. So it's another way of representation of the predicate logic. So if Ratan really likes milk, if Ratan really likes milk, then it should be the true. If Ratan don't like milk, it should be the false. Okay, so Ratan likes milk. So this likes is a predicate. It represents the relationship between the Ratan and milk. And it's either true or false. If Ratan really likes milk, then it's a true, otherwise it will be false. Dhoni plays cricket. So plays Dhoni, comma cricket. So Dhoni and cricket both are what? Constant. This is what? Predicate. And if Dhoni plays cricket, it should be true, otherwise it will be false. Now quantifiers. Now these are the symbols for two different quantifications. So we use this one for all and this one for some. So it is called universal quantifiers. It is called existential quantifiers. Okay, and remember one thing, we use for all when we use the implication, and if we use there exist, we use in conjunction. And are you getting? So if you want to use for all, we have to use implication. If you want to use this one, some existential quantifier, we have to use conjunction. For example, all pens are straight. So pen X, so X is a pen Okay, straight x is a straight. So all planes are straight, all planes. That's why it is for all x. And definitely, if you use for all, definitely you have to apply the implication. So if it is a pen, it should be straight. Some erasers are rounded. Some means what? There exists some. So there you are using there exists. Definitely you have to use the and. So x is a variable. So eraser, if it is a eraser, it should be the rounded. So there exists some x. So if here using there exists, definitely we have to use the and. You should not use implication. And if you are using for all, in that case we have to use the implication, not the and. You just remember this one. We can see another example. Every flight has a pilot. So flight x. So x is a flight. Pilot xy is a y is a pilot of the flight x. Okay, so these are the predicate. So y is a pilot of the x and flight x is a flight. Every pilot, every flight. So every flight means what? X. Every flight. There is some y. Y is what? Pilot. So every flight there is a pilot. So if there is a flight is there, there must be a pilot. And we can see here y is a pilot of flight x. So every flight has a pilot. To represent this one, we use this one. Next is function. So function is what? Association between two objects and acquire values other than the truth values. So function is represent the association between two objects, two variable, two constant. But what is the difference between predicate and the function? In predicate, output always it should be true or false. But function, it gives some number, some values. For example, minus 10 comma t. So the value is what? It is 8. Father Sachin, Sachin's father, it must have some value. Okay, it should not be true or false. Minus 10 comma 2, it should not be true or false. There must be some value. Father Sachin, it's not, it must be some value. It should not be like true and false. So these are called functions. So in the difference, so the representation is like same as the predicate, but the difference is predicate always gives true or false values, but function gives any particular value. Okay, now see some examples. Say write the predicate logic statements. Say Sachin plays all kinds of sports. Dhoni likes anything which Sachin likes. Jahir likes those sports which Dhoni and Sachin both likes. Baichung Bhutia likes few of sports which Sachin likes. We can see now for this we need these two. Sports x means x is sports, and likes y comma x means y likes x. Person y likes x. Now Sachin plays all kinds of sport. So all kinds of, definitely you have to apply the for all. Now here for all, definitely you have to apply the implication. Implies, so sports x, if it is a sports, then Sachin must like. So likes Sachin comma x means what? Sachin likes x. What is x? X is a sports. For all x. Dhoni likes anything which Sachin likes. So for all x which Sachin likes, that particular, so definitely Dhoni must likes this one. So Dhoni likes anything which Sachin likes. For all sports, Sachin likes. So for all, definitely you have to apply implies. Jahir likes those sports which Dhoni and Sachin both likes. So for all x, when both Sachin and Dhoni likes, and definitely for all, definitely you have to apply the implies. So likes Jahir x. Baichung Bhutia likes few of sports which Sachin likes. So few of means, so there exists something x. So there is definitely you have to apply the conjunction and. So Sachin likes Sachin x and likes Baichung x. So in this way you can represent this one. Next, interpretation of predicate logic formula. So we can see example. Let d is equal to 1, 2, 3 and p1 is true, p2 is true and p3 is false. Then interpret the formula. For all x, px, is it a true or false? Definitely it should be false, because for all x, x is what? 1, 2, 3. For all x, x belongs to d. For all x, px is true. It is not true because here p3 is false. There is some x, px is true. Definitely it should be true, because in the two situations, p1 and p2, in both the cases it is true, but in p3 it is false. So for all x px is true if, okay, for all x px is true. So here all x px, for all x px is not true, so this is not true, but it is given that p3 is false, hence x px is false. Just you have seen. Similarly, there exists some x px is true if for at least one value of x px is true. So here you can see here p1 p2 both, in both the cases are true, both the situations p1 p2 are true, but p3 is false. So definitely there is some x px is true, it is a true. Let domain 1 2 and p11 p22 p21 true, but p12 is false. Interpret the formula. For all x there is some y pxy. There for all x, okay, so here for all x there exists pxy is true if for all values of x at least one pxy is true. Okay, so for all x there exists some y, in that case this one is true. So definitely it should be true, because these are the cases which one is true. But still p12 is false. So for all x there is some y where pxy is true. So in that case, at least if at least one pxy is true, then this will be true. So you can see here these are the cases where pxy are true, so it's a true. Next we discuss about inference in predicate logic. For inferring predicate logic, the rules of inference like Modus ponens, Modus tollens chain rule, and the laws of proposition logic like commutativity, associativity, distributivity, identity, negation, idempotence, absorption, De Morgan's law involutions are applied. So for inferring predicate logic, the rules of inference and the laws of propositional logic are applied. So to inferring something, okay, to inferring the predicate logic, we may apply rules of inference and the laws of propositions. So we can see example. So given that all men are mortal, confusion is a man, prove that confusion is mortal. So x is a man, so x is a variable, x is a variable, and x is a mortal. So man x means what? X is a man. Mortal x is what? X is a mortal. All men are mortal. So for all men, for all x, so definitely we have to apply implies if man then mortal, if x man then x mortal. But another fact is there that man, confusion is a man. Okay, Confucius is a man. So definitely we can prove that Confucius is mortal. So we can see here Confucius is a constant but x is a variable. So x is a Confucius. So for all x, man x implies mortal x, and man is a Confucius. These two are the given. So we can say that man, Confucius is a man, and that means what? Confucius is mortal. So I can prove that. So A implies B means what? Not A or B. So not A means what? Not A or B. But man Confucius, it's a true, which is given. So that means what? Not true. Not true means what? It is a false. So for not true or mortal Confucius. So false or mortal Confucius. Definitely output will be what? Mortal Confucius. Because already you know false or predicate should be what? It should be P. Okay. Similarly, every player is fit. Now these are the given. These are given facts. All who are fit and sincere will succeed in their career. Sachin is a player. Sachin is sincere. Now prove that will Sachin succeed in his career. So x is a player. It's a variable. So player x means what? X is a player. Fit x is what? X is a fit. Every player is fit. So every player is fit. It is given. That means what? For all x, definitely we have to apply implies. So player x implies fit x. So every player is fit. All who are fit and sincere will succeed in their life. So sincere x is what? X is sincere. So if anyone is fit as well as sincere, for all x, it should be the succeeded career is true. Sachin is a player. So that means what? player Sachin, and Sachin is sincere. Sincere Sachin. So we can represent like this here. We have to prove that Sachin will succeed in his career. So we have to prove that succeed career Sachin is true. So for all x, for x player x implies fit x. Sachin is a player. That means we can say player Sachin implies fit Sachin. So that means what? We have to apply this particular formula. X implies y is what? Not x or y. So not player Sachin or fit Sachin. So player Sachin, it is given, it is a true. So not true or fit Sachin. So not true is what? False. False fit Sachin is what? False fit Sachin is what? It is a fit Sachin. So Sachin is fit, it is true. Next, for all x, if anyone is fit and sincere, who will succeed in her career. So we can apply this way. So fit Sachin or and Sachin sincere, fit Sachin and sincere Sachin implies succeed career Sachin. You have to prove this one is true. So that means what? We can write like this way. Not this one, this particular part, not fit Sachin and sincere Sachin, or succeed career Sachin. Now this one is what? Not fit Sachin or not sincere Sachin or succeed career Sachin. So fit Sachin, it is true. Sincere Sachin, it is also true. So not true or succeed career Sachin. So not true is what? False. Not true is false, and succeed career Sachin, it is there. So false is what? Is false. So false union false, it is a false, and false or a is equal to a. So false or false is equal to false. False or succeed career is what? Succeed career Sachin. So it is a true. So it is proved that, hence it is proved that succeed career is true. That is, Sachin will succeed in his career. Okay, and that is the end of this particular video. Thank you very much.